All right, guys. So today is day 3 of our nonfiction writing. You guys have already written so much, and it's been pretty awesome to watch. You guys continue to write and grow, and I'm learning a whole bunch of new stuff about your guys' topics too, right? I told you guys you could be teachers, and you really are embracing that and doing a really good job. So today, one thing we're going to focus on is writing in more detail, okay? We do a really good job of just writing a bunch of stuff, but sometimes a bunch of stuff doesn't tell us anything, right? We need to do a better job of making sure we write more concise, which means we write things that people need to know and that we're trying to teach them, okay? So if you see me looking away, I'm looking at my other monitor. It's right here. My camera is right here. So if I'm looking over here, it's because I'm looking at the monitor to explain things to you, okay? But we're writing with detail, and one of the best ways we can level up our writing when we're writing with detail is to do some research. Now, I know we talked a little bit the other day about when we have questions we ask ourselves. Sometimes we can get on Google and find those answers, and that's great. But we need to make sure when we're finding research, we're writing down some great quotes from those authors that we're getting our research from so that we can add them to our paper. So today we're going to do some research and add some quotes that really help level us up. Okay? I would have you turn and talk to a partner if we were in person, but we're not there, so it's kind of sad. But stop and pause this video for a second. What do you know about researching for a paper? What do you know that you think you need to know? All right. So when I do research personally, I look for some trusted websites. So I'm going to show you 2 websites. The first one is a fake website. This is a fake. I wonder if I can. How do I record a background tab? How do I switch this? So can I have it switch to this tab? Record this tab. Boom. Okay. So now this is a fake White House tab. Okay. As you can see, they haven't updated this in a long time, but it says whitehouse.net, so it kind of looks real. But look, this says North and South America's 43rd president, George W. Bush, and First Lady Laura Bush welcome you to the White House. Well, first of all, George Bush hasn't been the president for like 12 years now. Second of all, when you're the president, you're not the president of South America or even North America. Because North America is Mexico and Canada too. We have just the United States, so that's wrong, right? Now we see down here there's stuff about Spanish and all this stuff. Look, the president encourages all citizens to learn Spanish lessons. I don't even think George Bush spoke Spanish. Okay, so obviously this is a fake website. We have to be able to make sure we can put on our research goggles and see that, okay? All right, now I'm going to show you a real White House website, okay? The real White House website, right? It has President Trump. It talks about the vaccines. There's all kinds of trusted news articles on here, okay? But it's the real White House website, and it's a lot easier to, you can tell this one's more professionally done, okay? So, coming back to my tab. This one. So, oh, my camera didn't pop back up. Where's my camera? Where are we at? No. All right. So, oh well. Anyway, we got to make sure we're looking for real and fake websites. The next thing we need to think about is our Wikipedia rule. Okay, I have a rule with Wikipedia, and my rule with Wikipedia is it's not a bad place to start. The reason it's not a bad place to start is, remember my topic is long jump. Well, here's the thing. When you write a paper professionally, or even for like middle school and high school, your teachers probably won't let you cite Wikipedia because people can come on here and look right here. You see this button where it says edit. They come on here and they can type anything that they want. You see how it changes down here? And I could change it to Mr. Staten is the best long jumper in the history of the world. Now, eventually people go back and they check they check it and make sure that people aren't coming on and editing it however they want, okay? Um, so it can be kind of trusted, but we have to be careful because if it hasn't been checked and updated, it could say funny things. I remember one time when I was in middle school, I changed it to say that on Abraham Lincoln's website that I was like his nephew, and I showed my friends, and they were like, "You're related to Abraham Lincoln?" I'm not related to Abraham Lincoln. I don't think anyway. Anyway, the cool thing about Wikipedia is if you scroll all the way down here where it says, oh, we gotta keep going, keep going, keep going. There's so much cool stuff about long jump. Down here where it says notes and references, this shows me a bunch of approved, like good research articles that I can find about. So look, this one is the ancient origins of track and field. And I could click that and learn about how long jump started. Or I could look about outdoor world records, right? There's all kinds of really good articles down here and cited sources even. These are books that we could use. Or further reading, some more websites down here and more links even down here, right? So all of these links help us find some good research. So that's my Wikipedia rule. You can't use the actual Wikipedia stuff, but if you come down here and use these websites, you can use whatever you want. All right, back to the slides. The last thing is I always track my research. As you can see, I always track my research. So one thing I do is I keep a research log, and I keep my quotes. Now, to make sure I'm doing my quotes well, I will tell what website I got my quote from. I'll tell what author I got the quote from, and then I copy and paste the quote. Now, if I went to my website, come on, internet. There we go. If I go to this website, I can see beginners track and field, learning the long jump. I think that's a good one, right? So as I scroll through, look, it says by Mike Rosenbaum, and I can read all kinds of stuff. Safety and comfort, technique. Beginning jumpers, of course, will be focused on jumping, not the approach. So I would, talk about beginning jumpers because I'm talking about beginning long jump, right? So if I come back here, look, I said beginning jumpers, of course, will be focused on jumping, not the approach run, which may seem like a preliminary activity, right? Hold on, let me reshare my screen. So I then will take that quote and put it into my research, right? This is the same paragraph I had yesterday, okay? But I changed the ending a little bit. I said, however, you can improve with great technique, good workouts, and lots of lifting. However, when you're first beginning, Mike Rosenbaum from Live Bout suggests beginning jumpers, of course, will be focused on jumping, not the approach run, which may seem like a preliminary activity. And then I said what I think that quote means. To me, this quote suggests that beginning jumpers need a good coach, which is why I coach. Cool? All right, so it is your turn now. I want you to start your research and think of a way to track it. And by think of a way to track it, I'm going to put a tracker on here you can use. You might add quotes, links, authors. We got to do all that stuff. Find some interesting quotes, add them to your writing, right? You have at least 2 paragraphs written so far, so make sure we're adding some quotes to those paragraphs. Make sure the quotes fit and make sense with the rest of your story, right? If you're talking about, I don't know, different types of cheeses, and some reason you bring up a quote that says some people think the moon's made of cheese. I think mozzarella cheese. Like you take something about cheese, but it's way out there and it doesn't really match. We got to make sure we're not doing that, okay? And then when we get back to school, we're going to have a peer check our writing because sometimes they can read our quote and tell us, I agree with this, or no, I don't agree with that. And they can kind of help us figure out the best way for us to use our quotes. Okay? All right. I'm going to go ahead and post this assignment for you guys. It's make sure you are going back to the Google Classroom because this is on Edpuzzle, right? Go back to the Google Classroom and make sure you are following that tracker, adding some research, and adding the quotes to your writing. Okay, I will see you guys. I'm going to record another lesson, and it'll be online on Friday for you guys to watch, and make sure you do that activity. Till then, I'll see you guys later.